in the Netherlands at Solvinity. We're working out the proof of concept with HP for Azure Stack.
Yep.
So actually, I think our colleagues are interested in Azure Stack and the things which HP is doing.
Okay.
Could you tell us more about the strategy of HP and the dealing with Azure Stack?
Sure. So at HP, as you know, we have a pretty solid track record in private cloud, having customers build out their own clouds. But when it comes to hybrid cloud, we don't have a public cloud service. So our strategy is completely partner-led. In other words, we want to help partners get into the business of cloud services so we can help our end customers get hybrid cloud services. And so with our partnership with Microsoft and the growth of Azure, we're working with Microsoft on Azure Stack. And we're one of the 3 vendors that are inside the early adopter program. And so what we've built is a solution that's pretty much turnkey.
Okay.
So it's built on our ProLiant DL380 server. And which is the world's best-selling server. Most partners have got that in their data centers today, most customers. And then on top of that, we're doing factory integration of Azure Stack, and we also have a small professional services component where we'll install it inside your data center or your customer's data center, depending on what you want to do. On top of that, we put in some nice financing options around, obviously we do leasing and some of those other ones, but the other stuff that we have in there is called flexible capacity, which allows partners and customers to really pay for what they use. So we'll design a infrastructure for them for our Azure Stack, but they only pay for every slice that they use. And so it's kind of a new way that people want kind of utility-based pricing, and so we've come up with that concept at HPE. And then lastly, we've updated our partner program for service providers. And really the hardest thing with any service, let alone hybrid cloud, is the last mile, which is getting customers to buy the service, consumption. So what we started to do back in November is for our enterprise sales reps, those that sell directly to businesses, we've told them that if they position and sell a partner service like Solvinity or any other partner, and the customer buys it, we're gonna credit them for that sale. So it'd be almost like they bought the infrastructure, but they bought it the customer actually bought it as a service. So we're going to give them it's like dual credit, so they'll get credit for it. So what we try to do is try to harness our sales engine to sell your services. And so I think we've got a nice model between a really good platform with the right services around it, but also with a go-to-market that I think would be really, really helpful to partners. So
great. And yesterday we actually saw the promo of your colleagues here just around the corner. We saw the whole Azure Stack set. And then actually I read that the Azure Stack of HP was 50% more efficient than other vendors. Could you tell us something more about that?
It has to do with the components we selected inside the server. And we've got a chip in there that actually delivers 768 megabytes of virtual machines. So most of the competitors are at 564, and we've actually doubled that. We've got it to 768, or 50% more. So it actually, the VMs, you get 50% more capacity because of some of the selections we made inside the server. So
that's interesting.
And actually, a lot of partners like that because they're paying for it, but they can squeeze a little more virtual machines out of it. So and that's how they monetize. That's how they make money with the platform. So it's good.
And how do you expect that the whole cloud market will evolve? Will it more?
Well, I mean, if you look at the market data, right? I mean, everybody has talked about cloud, but it's happening now. You see consumption starting. We see customers, businesses, wanting to get into a multi-cloud, kind of like a multi-cloud model for hybrid cloud, and they want a variety of those services. And so what I see is it's going to be a combination of public IaaS, like Azure, but it's also going to be partner-hosted services and combining those into a hybrid cloud. That's where it's headed. I don't think most businesses are going to put all their workloads into a public cloud anytime soon, but if they can have an in-country cloud that's got data residency in country and use public cloud for other workloads where it doesn't really matter, then I think to me that's the best of the best for end customers. Then they get to pick the right combination. It could be their private cloud, it could be your cloud, which would be in country in the Netherlands, or it could be using Azure or AWS or some of the other ones. So I think that's going to be the model for the next 10, 15 years, unless something else changes. But that's where a lot of businesses are going. And you know, I think for partners like yourselves, I think you know, in services where there's mystery, there's margin. Yeah. And I think a lot of businesses they want to do hybrid cloud, but they don't know how to do it. I think all the managed service providers out there's a really good opportunity around Azure Stack to provide that kind of technology to make it happen. So I think it's a really good time for managed service providers today.
Yeah, to step in.
And hosters, I really do, yeah.
Okay. And actually, well, let's say that the proof of concept succeeds on our side. What's the best advice that you can give us?
I would say, you hear this a lot, and I know it's a tired story, but you have to figure out how you're different from all the others, right? I mean, everybody's going to have Azure Stack, everybody's going to be reselling Azure, right? So it's going to be, what wrapper do you put around it? Maybe it's app development. It could be that you guys provide really interesting managed services. It could be that you guys provide a fast track to IoT for businesses. So figure out what that differentiation is. And then if you're inside our Partner Ready program at HPE, we need to understand that, and then we're going to figure out how to market you to our account managers who can then take your services to our customers. So I mean, I think, you know, at the end of the day, you want to stand out, so figure out what that is, and then I think that's, and now Microsoft has announced this week about how they're going to be stimulating consumption with their account reps. So again, these account reps are going to have a lot of partners at them. I think they're going to all look the same, so you have to figure out how you're different to help them figure out where to position you.
Great.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
And explanation. And have a nice time here.
Yeah, welcome to DC.
Great.
Okay, thanks.